Welcome to Engineer's Mindset. Now, in this class, I'm going to show you how to find the function of multivariables at a given point. Now, let's consider the problem on the board. We have fxy of z equals 3x squared plus y squared minus 3x squared y squared z minus 4xy, and we have asked to find the function of this variable at this given point. Now, what this actually means is that this point actually signifies a point in space. And of course, point in space simply means this stands for the value of x, and this stands for the value of y this stands for the value of what? Z. So what I will do now in this equation is simply, wherever I see the value of x, or wherever I see x, I will simply replace it with what? 1. Also, wherever I see y, I will simply replace with minus 1, and wherever I see z, I will simply replace it with 2. Okay, so that means I'm going to have this to the f. In place of x here, it becomes 1. In place of y here becomes minus 1. And in place of z here becomes 2. And that's simply equal to, here I have 3x squared. So I bring down my 3. Okay. X here represents 1. So I'll simply put 1 all squared. Okay. Okay. Plus, here I have y squared. And y here is simply minus 1. So I'll simply write minus 1 all squared. Okay. Minus, here I have 3. X here is simply 1. Okay, so I have here 1 all squared. Okay, I also have y squared here, and y here is minus 1. Simply minus 1 all squared. Okay. Okay, and find here we have z, and z here is simply 2. So simply putting the value as 2. All right. Minus, this is 4 into, in place of x here is 1. So 4 into 1 into y here, and y is simply minus 1 into minus 1. All right. So that simply means f1 minus 1 and 2 is actually equal to, so if I expand this bracket now, 1 squared is still 1. 1 times 3 simply gives me 3 plus, okay, this is minus 1 squared. That will automatically becomes plus 1. Okay, minus, I have here 1 squared is 1, minus 1 squared is also 1. Okay, and then I have 2 here, so it becomes minus 3 times 1 times 1 times 2. That simply gives us minus 6. Okay, minus, I have here 4 times 1 times minus 1. That simply gives us minus 4. Okay, so f1 minus 1 and 2 is simply equal to, this is 3 plus 1 minus 6, minus and minus here becomes plus 4. And that simply implies that f1 of minus 1 and 2 is now equal to, so 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 minus 6 is minus 2, minus 2 plus 4 simply gives us 2. So the answer to that question is simply what? 2. So that's how you're able to find the function of multivariables at a given point. Let's try another example and see. Okay, so let's consider this problem now, and let's say we are asked to find or evaluate the value of f of xy at this point 2 and 1. So same thing, this 2 and 1 simply means this is a point in space. Okay, this 2 stands for what? X, and this one here stands for y. So that simply means whenever I see x on this equation, I will simply put in the value as simply as 2, and wherever I see y here, I will simply put in the value as what? 1. Okay, so I'll simply have f, in place of x here, I call it simply what? 2. Okay, and in place of y here, I simply call it 1. And that's simply equal to, here I have 3 into y squared, and y stands for 1. So this is simply 1 squared. Okay, minus, I have x here, and x stands for 2. So minus 2 all over, I have here x squared, x here stands for 2. It becomes 2 all squared. Okay, minus, I have y squared here, and y stands for 1. So this is simply, okay, sorry, plus, okay, I have y squared here, and y here stands for 1. This is simply 1 all squared. Okay, so that simply means 2 of 1 is now equal to 1 squared here is 1, times 3 still remains 3 minus, I bring down 2, all over 2 squared here is 4 plus 1 squared here remains 1. So this is actually 3 minus 2 is simply 1, all over 4 plus 1 is 5. Alright, so that function at that given point, f2 and 1 is simply equal to 1 all over 5. Alright guys, that's how you're able to determine the function of multivariables at given point. I hope you find this video interesting. Please, if you do, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section. I would like to get your thoughts in the comment section. I will see you in the next video with more training questions on engineering calculus. Thanks guys, and cheers.